Attention, you are listening to Warehouse Life, a lighthearted podcast about working in an actual disc golf warehouse. So let's clock in and get to it. Paging, Matt, Paul, and Todd.
All right, guys, we're episode 2 and
episode 3.
Oh, whoa! Let's back it up. Hey, guys, we're episode 3. Man, this seems amazing.
This is big stuff.
This is.
It's very exciting.
We're still in the single digits, but I do like our progress. It's going up. So
I agree.
It's been pretty awesome so far. I want to introduce our host. We have Matt.
What's up, everybody?
And Todd.
Hey.
And I am Paul. So let's get started. All right, guys. We have to... we got to look each other in the eyes and say, who played disc golf this weekend? So... I actually had a story. I actually did throw some
You
discs.
did?
I did.
You threw some discs?
So can I go in and get started?
Was it more than your backyard?
It was more in my backyard. So I bribed the kids again to go to Cornelius Road Park in the Mooresville area.
Okay.
So yeah, we had to go get Frosties afterwards. But we did play, and it's interesting. So I love the redesign that Cornelius Park has offered us. It's a lot more friendly. The first design was pretty crazy, but this is great. We still didn't make it all the way through a round. That has not happened yet.
Did you do more than 3?
We did. We did 10 holes. And skipped a couple and played a few more. So I'd say like we had 12.
12.
Yeah, I think
for just
we got
a couple
12.
Frosties. That's
pretty
fair
bad.
payment,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. And, the kids, of course, complain a little bit, but once I get them out there, they actually have fun, and we had a good time, took a couple of pictures. But it's amazing to me. I tell my kids, especially when we're going to, we play in North Carolina courses and they're blind and they're in the woods. All right. So I get to the hole.
The kids aren't blind.
The kids are not blind. Yes. Thank you for saying that. But, we have blind shots, in the woods, all that kind of stuff. And so we get to the hole and I turn around and Allison, my girl's throwing already. And I'm like, what? Wait. You need to wait because I need to watch your disc, because they're not very good.
Sure.
Let's
Got to keep an eye on those.
Yeah, you got
bright colored discs. Please.
So we spent a lot of time pointing at the woods where she needs to look. Obviously, I'm not going in there. I didn't throw the disc in there. So there was a little bit of that, and I told her to make sure she washes off the poison ivy that she's crawling into. So. Other than that, it was pretty good. You guys, that was my disc golf.
Yeah, I did.
Silence.
I did play some disc golf. It was an actual, legitimate, full round at a real course. It was the first round with my buddies Big Mike and Bird Dog in a long, long time. We played at Renaissance. It wasn't the gold course because that's like a half a day death march, in my opinion.
You got to carry like your water in and stuff.
Yeah, like
extra food in case you get lost.
Yeah, some like meals ready to eat, some MREs.
Yes, you break them open. Your camping stove.
Yeah, you need a survival kit in case you get lost and you got to sleep out there.
It's Renaissance, man.
So normally, and I've addressed this in past episodes. I've been playing with my wife and my 4-year-old son. Which is good, it's good family time.
Yeah, but Renaissance.
Yeah, I would not. Not bring that to the Renaissance.
You would sacrifice your kid to Renaissance.
So this time I did not have to carry anybody on my shoulders, which was nice.
Big Mike's a little heavier. That'd be a long trip.
So it was. It wasn't the best round, but I had some birdies. I didn't respect the course enough. I think after a long period of not playing hard courses, you forget to respect the course.
Yeah, that's a good word.
And so you get slapped around a little bit, and I did on my approaches. But once I kind of reframed myself and played a little more smart, then I was playing better. I tell you what came in really handy was this old Star Vulcan. You guys ever throw one of those?
Whoa, yeah. Way back when.
Yeah,
Been a while.
back in 2011, it was like the coolest thing.
I have not thrown one of those.
You weren't playing back then, were you?
I was not. I'm about 6-7 years in now, and I just never held one in my hand.
Yeah, it's different.
It's fast, a little bit squirrely if you're
I think
not...
it's a speed 9, right?
No, it's like 13 or 12.
Whoa, that's why. Yeah, I bet old Max Weight would love that one, huh?
I think it's too understable for Max Weight.
There we go. Okay. Well, that's good. Matt, you have anything to report for us?
Yeah, yep. I also got to play some disc golf on Sunday. I'm happy to report that I found a local league in town where all the beginner amateurs go to play. They all put in their money into all these pots, and whoever plays the best usually wins some money. So I was able to put an absolute whooping down on everybody out there.
Wow.
Are we interviewing Max Weight right now?
This is not Max Waits. This is
like
Matt Weedman.
Yeah.
Max
would not have won any money. Let's be frank.
I am above average, yet under par, yet has rough time sometimes type of golfer, which everyone can relate to.
Everybody.
Sure. Yep. But everything was just firing on all cylinders. I was making putts from deep. I was lacing drives. I was crushing the souls of all the amateurs out there.
Yeah, I heard the newbies on your card were quite enamored with your play and what you were throwing.
Yeah, it really helped boost the confidence. Some of these are, let's say, 180-foot holes, which are not very far. So I'd throw it up there within 30 feet, and boy, were they just bewildered.
Wow.
I mean...
Dude, what'd you throw?
What
disc is that, man?
Is that a Nova? You threw a putter up there, bro?
So they kept asking, what disc is that? And I just said, it's not the disc. Man,
Yeah.
it's me.
Dude, look,
Okay?
you said, look at these arms. Come on,
Look
man.
at these bad boys, these pythons. Doesn't matter what I throw.
That's right.
So I ended up winning a bunch of money, took all the prizes, like I said, crushed the souls of all the AMs, and walked away with just with a very happy smile on my face.
Yes.
Did you at least give part of those winnings to charity?
I did not.
Did you take the wife out? Any of that?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
Okay.
Not yet, at least.
Did you spend it on Bitcoin currency?
There's a good point.
That's funny,
There's a good
Todd.
point, yeah.
Yes, I put some of it down towards Bitcoin because it's at a bit of a dip right now.
Yeah,
I don't know if
yeah.
you guys pay attention,
Big
but
mistake.
Yes.
yep, dipping. So good time to buy. Which I think that's what the wife would have wanted me to do.
That's I think so. Of course, you didn't tell her that you were doing that, but yeah, that she wanted you to do that.
We got Alex from warehouse number 2. He is the hot stamp lead. He is a magician when it comes to applying stamps to discs. Longtime warehouse employee. We are happy for Alex to come and talk with us about stamping. Alex, good to see you.
Thank you for having me, guys. Pleasure to
man.
be here. Thank you for the compliments.
Yes. Definitely, Alex is probably the best hot stamper on the East Coast.
Agreed.
So, we have a couple questions we wrote down for you, Alex. We did prepare for this,
Ooh, shoot.
unlike for other things.
First one, Alex, how many discs do you think you have stamped total in your life?
I have pondered that very question. Given the various roles of stock, custom, it's a very large, incalculable number. But I mean, we're 7 figures.
Oh yeah,
We're
definitely.
in that, if not the first of it, well beyond.
And how many are X outs?
Sub 10%.
There we go.
That is the measurement of have I completely failed?
Yeah.
Those are pro percentages right there.
Those are definitely great. All right, I'm going to go in right to my question. So, if there was one foil that you could stamp your finger with, what color foil would it be?
One foil to stamp my finger with. Are we saying full stamp? Because, I mean, I know what's left after something like that. But
Yeah, there's not all that there. Let's say you just got the nail.
just got the nail.
Yeah, and it's going to stay that color for the rest of its life.
What about grandma's drapes?
Oh man, no! You got to be really hot with that stuff. So. don't touch me with it.
Man,
But
the tip's way up on that.
I'm a big fan of the hot pink neon.
Yes.
Yes.
So if I had to, it's a bit of a calling card.
Yeah, that would be, and that would be nice contrast to your skin color as well. I think it would look pretty good on there.
Yeah, my daughter, girlfriend, everybody'd love it.
Yes, they would
fit right in.
So the question that I researched was, I've heard a lot of death metal being played around the hot stampers. Do you guys prefer not to hear intelligible words while you hot stamp?
It
Great
all
question.
sounds intelligent to me.
Oh, good answer.
I've calmed down with my music. It's a variety. I think people just latch on to the screaming, and it sticks with you. You got to move.
Yep. Do you ever hear the hot stamp machine in your sleep?
Well, first do an impression for all of our listeners at home. What does the hot stamp machine sound like?
Let's. Which machine? No,
That's true.
The
That is
general.
true.
It's you've got.
Can I do Alcamar real quick? That's my impression.
The current machine I'm on is.
Okay. Oh yeah. Oh,
It's got it's got a solid thud when it hits the
top.
It's home. Yeah. So
man. So do you hear that in your sleep?
not anymore. Not anymore. I got therapy for it. So
That's good.
there's plenty of other things that haunt
I'm
me.
hoping the job. I hope the company you work for paid for that therapy. That'd be nice. Matt, did you have a question for Alex?
Yeah. So F2s, man.
Explain what an F2 is, by the way, Matt, for our
factory
three listeners.
Factory seconds are discs that have been stamped twice. Maybe there's a slight imperfection with the foil being applied. Maybe there's a little ding in the disc. But either way, it's not our top A quality, so it gets double stamped and reduced a little bit in price.
Yeah.
And we sell as F2s.
There's a big market for that too, stuff, right?
Big market, a lot of fans, and I gotta know. So, do you feel a little bit down or depressed after collecting a lot of F2s one day, or do you kind of just keep it on rolling?
It is always the goal to minimize the number of factory seconds I create due to my own mistakes. The goal is always premium. The goal is removing imperfections
Absolutely.
whenever
Amen.
they're seen.
Absolutely. I mean, I can imagine after stamping a whole pallet or so, and you only have a small handful there, that's got to feel pretty damn good.
Oh yeah. When you're in the just go through a custom order, something like that. It's like one of each model. That feels pretty good, Or do 5 custom orders and there's 7 misprints from doing all of those. It's like, all right, yeah, we rolled through those. That's good. I
Awesome.
like that.
Now, Todd, you help handle some of the F2 sales, if I'm not mistaken.
I welcome all X-outs, and I'm actually encouraging the stampers to make more X-outs.
Oh my gosh.
Now, do you distract
Alex
the
is turning
stampers?
red right now. He's like, no, we're not making that happen.
Do you ever
You're costing people their jobs.
That's right. Yeah, no, Todd. You open up a can. I'm not for sure you're ready to open up.
I've already have opened it up,
Yes.
and we're seeing lucrative profits.
Yeah.
so you don't go to the stampers with an air horn and
Yeah. Well, Todd I don't think is allowed up there anymore. He's like, he's put now Todd will never be allowed up there to talk to the hot stampers. He's like giving them 5s to do a couple more X outs here and there.
Yeah, I've been compared to, like a vulture that I just come up there, I grab the stuff that I want, and, I'm just here to help the team out. So, and F2s is part of the job. One more question I had for Alex is that, he is known for his creativity when it comes to stamps. And one thing he's done in some of our more limited edition disc is kind of line up the foils so that it's got kind of like segments of like 3 different colors. How do you do that, Alex?
Carefully. Some secret sauce to a lot of things, but I would definitely say I try very hard to make them look good every single time. And if I can make that select few, some of those discs take more time than I'd care to share verbally recorded. But it's there's trial and error, and then there's various ways to make sure that the portion of the stamp I want in that color, it's either foil is selectively placed there or there's other methods. It's it really varies stamp per stamp, but
Now, and you just actually did a 2-color recently that we're going to release on our online store.
2 and 3.
2 and 3 color.
2 and 3.
It's a Pro Pig. Is that correct? Yeah, Pro Pig. And I did see some of the color combinations were amazing.
I loved that stamp. Man.
Yeah, was that fun to do?
The first 2 days. The first 2 days. When you're doing something like that, you don't see just the current setup for it. I didn't know how it was going to turn out until the 9 hours into it.
Yeah.
So whenever the first good one, third stamp on it, and then hit 6 different colors just to see how some of those, you're setting up for, you're imagining what the final product will look like to make the right color choices, and then you get through and get that third color which ties the whole thing together, and it was wow, this is probably the, as Todd put it, sweetest pig ever. And
explain to our listeners about 2-color and 3-color, what that really means as far as the disc goes.
Well, on the majority of them, that means on a 2-color, we hit the disc with 2 different dies. 3-color, 3 different dies.
Yeah, so you have to stamp it that many times for one disc to come out. The 3-color has to have 3 stamps, right?
The procedure currently is to, it's either have multiple machines set up or align, each stamp individually up in the same machine. And on the pig specifically, die 1 couldn't be used to center the disc. So it had to have 2 of them. So it was kind of, the process was go through 2 machines, because stamp 2 had a nice circle to check for center.
Yeah.
So set up the second stamp, and then go back and align the first stamp with the second stamp, and then go back and actually hit some with the first stamp to be stamped with the. There was some mental gymnastics in figuring out the order of operations on that.
Yeah.
Setup. It was,
and the people that are listening to the podcast can't understand how, the time and the effort and how difficult some of these, what you're trying to do, putting those 3-color stamps together, because they have to be lined up each time. It's not like a machine's doing it. You're doing it.
Marmoset is the artist on that, and he is a genius. That is a smart guy, and he makes my job better in some of the things he's done design-wise.
And that makes your good day. Is if a good artist comes in with some awesome artwork to put on disc, that makes your day so much better.
Oh, yeah. If you're looking at attractive artwork,
it's a lot easier to stamp this disc than something
some of the other that 3-color on the was easier than one of the 2 colors I've done recently that's not released, and it's just because of certain design elements being applied. So
all right, Alex, well, we really appreciate you taking some time out of your busy day to come by the podcast, so we appreciate it.
Yeah,
thanks so much.
Grab some lunch. Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have you again for sure.
Absolutely.
All right, see you around.
Yeah, we'll see you. Thanks. That's great. Let's move on to our next segment. And we did get something in the warehouse. We had a container, is what I hear.
Container.
And I say container is what I hear because I was not here for it. But our Pro 28s arrived, and Todd, you're going to have to explain what the container unload was.
Yeah, I will have to explain because out of 3 of us, I was the only one to actually physically unload it. We had many people unload it, but my co-hosts were not available.
That is correct.
Correct.
Yes. So Todd, explain to us, how was the container unload?
Okay, this is one of the most difficult containers in my 11 years of working here. So normally, in the past, the Pro 28 Target has come in parts. Like the top would be in one container, the basket element would be in a different container, and a lot of this stuff was on pallets. It could be unloaded with a forklift, but there was a different, plan for this year.
Yes, plan.
A different plan for this year, to where everything was crammed into one container. And that means every part of the Pro 28 basket. That means poles, that means parts, that means hardware, that means tops, that means baskets.
Yeah.
And so they're just crammed. It was like, I compared it to like how your Christmas tree lights are all tangled up into one big ball. That's how this container looked. It was all crammed.
That sounds amazing.
And we just had to take it apart, unload it one piece at a time. And with most containers taking, 45 minutes, maybe an hour, this one takes 2 hours plus. And, it's a real team building experience, to say the least.
I was personally happy to not be on the team this time, but I feel really guilty that I wasn't there.
Yeah.
I had some office boring pencil pushing stuff to do around here and was unable to attend, which I was, I wanted to be up there, but I was kind of inside a little happy. I didn't have to do a ton of that stuff. But now in retrospect, I feel guilty and terrible. It's eating me up, and I feel like I just spilled grandma's urns all over the carpet. I just wish I could go back in time.
And grandma was a big lady.
So if I had a time machine, whatever,
there was a lot of discussion about this container, and the container got delayed. So I had Friday off. I just want to say that it was on the calendar.
Did you really need to have off though?
I did. I definitely. And it was just like, playing container roulette, and it landed on the day I was not here. So, what can I do? Don't blame me. Blame Matt, because he should have been there helping his buddy out. Because I did hear that this is one of the worst ones we've ever get.
You heard it from me.
I've heard from other people too that this was this was horrible, and it's not fun. And we only get a 2-hour live unload. Do we make the 2-hour live unload?
I don't know about that. We didn't have it clocked.
Todd, you were there, so I'm leaning on you to know if it made the 2-hour unload.
I wish we had like a countdown, a big digital timer, so we could see, but I do not know.
Was there an announcement for the container arrival on the intercom?
There was not. I will say I did not know it was happening until after it had started.
But once you saw that no one was in the warehouse, do you have an idea?
I was like, where the hell is everyone? It's Friday.
Oh, yeah.
No one's here today. Gosh. Little did I know. Avoiding the hardest work.
We're swimming in it now, that's for sure.
Now, when you're doing your unload, was it like a full-on grab and go, everyone just grabbing stuff and going, or was there like actually like a pattern, like a teamwork? kind of passing stuff down.
Do you think you want Todd to relive this? Is that what you're doing? You want him to relive the pain and the suffering that he went through?
Well, I can try to dig deep
Okay.
and get past this. But it was the baskets were, I mean, everything was so crammed in that we were just trying to get one piece out at a time and not get anybody maimed or injured.
I see.
Because these are heavy metal pieces, and none of us have the steel-toed Nikes. That would be nice.
Yeah, those are nice. Expensive too. The
Steel-toed Nikes.
Yeah.
Look that
The
one
Air
up.
Force Ones.
Somebody was wearing Crocs.
Steel-toe Air Force.
Crocs, man, that is a croc. That should be that's not allowed in
Not
the warehouse.
recommended.
Not in the Warehouse Live podcast, that's for sure.
Yeah,
We're
get 'em
not
outta
allowing
here.
that.
They may have been steel-toed Crocs.
Now I'm interested, actually.
Yeah, those are horrible. But yeah, and the story was that it got delayed because listen to this, because the way it was packed, it was actually leaning to one side, so they had to load the container on a flatbed and to get it delivered here safely.
There were all kinds of like chains that were supporting it onto the flatbed truck trailer, and
Oh my goodness,
it was pretty serious.
all right, we gotta get past that. So
We have one more item that
do.
has arrived into the warehouse. A lot of folks, a lot of disc golfers are really excited about it. Matt here has the lowdown on this thing.
We just got in our first batch of the Bushnell Disc Golf Rangefinder. This is I'd say like an optical tool to help calculate your distance from you to the basket, or from you to certain trees or anything like that, to calculate your distance and figure out how far do you need to throw it, how high do you need to throw it. It also has an elevation feature. It shows you the elevation, how much higher a target is from you. And it's got some brightening technology as well to help increase the brightness and make the image a little more vivid. And man, I haven't even opened it, but I'm really excited to try this thing out.
This is pretty amazing. I saw it earlier. I went by your desk and I was like, wow, because this is really a cool crossover product here. I mean, Bushnell's been around for forever.
Yep.
And the box says, I mean, it's a disc golf rangefinder. It is actually labeled as that, and it even has a cool guy throwing on the side and explaining the distance and all that stuff. So
yeah,
I'm amazed.
Bushnell, I think, specializes in outdoor hunting equipment, scopes for hunting rifles, binoculars
Binoculars is
stuff
what,
like that.
I think they started out with binoculars, but
So they specifically switched this over to feet instead of yards or meters. And that helps translate things to the disc golfer better because we calculate everything in feet.
Now
we're
Matt,
weird. Yeah.
How will you be carrying this with you during a round? Are you going to have it, around your neck like some binoculars, or are you going to have like a utility belt and have it attached that way to your person?
I didn't really consider either of those options actually, but now
I'd strap it to your chest right here, like it's on the backpack. You have it here, and with one of those cool drawstring cords that pop up, and do like this. That'd
Dude,
be cool.
yeah,
I think
just
you should
tape
attach it to
my-
like your hat, and so you can just bring it down at a moment's notice.
Oh, I see. Kind of like special ops.
Like night vision.
Popping down the night vision. I could just tape it to my face.
Yeah.
And just go
And really,
Cyclops mode.
This is where the sport has kind of been going a little bit here because of
Night vision.
when actually the night vision. When I first started, that you could not use a rangefinder, and this is
This in
this
the
was a
early
PDGA.
70s,
Yeah, the
early
early
1970s.
PDGA rule was like you could not use a rangefinder.
This is when you use trees to for your baskets,
Yeah,
right?
that and the moss growing on the side, you can tell the wind direction coming up.
Now, I've always
we
been...
just smell the jasper in the fields. Oh, that's northwest wind. Okay.
I've always been like a feel player. look at a target. I'm like, okay, I need to throw it, whatever hard, and I just go. But this might bring a new thing into the equation, man. Once I learn what my distances are, how hard I throw them, I think this could help change the game a little bit.
Yeah, I think a lot of the top end pros have been using this for a couple of years now. So I think it's cool that they recognize that disc golfer is going to buy this.
And I'm hoping that they have other applications, maybe a Pokemon one where you can find the Pokemon monsters in the course.
Or the bathroom as well. Those are always hard to find.
Feature. Yes.
Find
like
the
bathroom feature. What does it have? X-ray vision around. It's got the night vision for the bathroom trips.
That's going to be the next Premier series.
Yeah.
Much more expensive.
Well, we probably should move right into our next segment here, and of course that our Todd, our resident bathroom expert, is what I like to call you. And so we have explained the topic, because this is all about you. This topic.
Well, it's not just about me.
It kind of is. You wrote it in here, and you've experienced this. I have not.
I did write it in the show doc, but I wasn't the only one to see this, though.
That is true. Yeah, it's not that it's false. It's just that I haven't experienced it, and that's on you.
You haven't experienced this or the container, so the pattern is building.
Wow,
Shots fired.
I'll just drink right here, my Powerade.
So this week's
Todd.
this week's bathroom topic is that there are reoccurring mystery hair clippings in bathroom number 1's trash can. I know this is because the warehouse crew has trash duty. All of us have our certain days that we pick up trash in certain places, bathrooms included, and bathroom number 1 often has hair clippings in it. And I've noticed this more than once, and it's strange. Why is someone grooming that much in the bathroom? I mean, it's like trimmings from someone with fairly short hair. And like I said, it's happened more than once because I know we've changed the trash bag liner each time.
I know. I'm afraid it's nose hair that someone's trimming up when they're here.
No, it's thicker and bigger than that. Or longer. It's not nose hair.
Yeah, and this has been going on for a little bit too. I've heard this. Is this a COVID-19? Like you're not going to go get your hair cut, so you're going to do it here?
That's a good question. Possibly. I don't know. How should we handle this?
I'd approach with caution. I mean, first of all, you don't know what hair that is.
That was my first thing.
You don't know
what
who
type
it's from, if it's from a human, an animal. Is it from your head?
Someone could be like shaving like their exotic
back.
Animal.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
like a possum, like a possum or something.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. They can't do it at home. Wife won't let them, so they bring them here.
Shave the possum. You can't shave that possum at the house. Take it to work.
Or is it like back hair, or
maybe they're too ashamed to shave their back hair at home, so they do it at work.
Yeah, oh man,
this could be.
But they need like a partner to help them because that's hard to do. It's hard to shave.
You can't do that by yourself.
They have an
extender.
They have a back hair buddy to help them with their back hair trim.
I could just see someone opening the door, being like, "Hey, Matt, come here real quick. I just need your help."
I just signed up on this app. It says back hair buddy. My appointment's from 2 to 3. So he says, I told him to ring the bell twice. So I'll be ready for that. Can't do it at the house, so you got to come to work. Bathroom 1.
So, do we have any evidence? Do we know? Do we have any leads?
I feel like I know who this is, but I can't reveal the name.
Have you seen it in the act?
No, I've actually heard this from other bathrooms. Have you taken samples
to the lab?
I have. Not on my way to work, that's for sure. But yeah, it's weird because at my house
is it someone in the upper chain of management?
All the way. Yeah, senior could be senior management.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I can't believe I just said that right now. Episode 3 might be our last one, guys. Another trip to HR talking about the hair.
No names.
It's like,
good.
Who'd have thought back here would have crossed the line?
yeah. And again, there was a terrible idea of putting cameras in the bathroom, but now I'm like, let's do it.
We got to know that
this
hair
is
trimming bandit is.
This is totally wrong. And I just want to. I think you should be our next interview for our podcast.
Well, we bring him on and we put him on the hot seat.
There's a few questions I like to ask the guy. I mean, really, or girl. I'm not judging. It could be a girl. Got to think of that.
Just be like, let's get down to brass tacks.
Yeah, let's go.
Why are you shaving your back in the warehouse bathroom?
Or your nose, or your hair, or something along those lines. Oh, Todd, I feel for you, man. I'm glad I have not experienced.
I mean, we all are on the bathroom trash pickup list. So it might be you next. He picks it up.
Yes.
When will he strike again?
And I would do more investigation about it. I will get some tape and I will tape some of it and I will take it to a lab and we will find out who the bandit is. But we need to talk about when this topic has been going around the warehouse. It's milkshakes. We need to clarify and discuss. I did say milkshakes. Yes, people. There's been some issues that we've ran into. I think part of it's COVID. One of the things is that Cookout. I'm just going to call them out right now, and what they're putting together, what they are calling is a milkshake, which is delicious, but to me, it is not a milkshake. It is definitely not a milkshake. So I wanted to hear what you guys' thoughts on that. Matt, what you think?
Cookout milkshakes, thick in texture, very solid. I wouldn't even call it soft serve ice cream. It's harder than that.
It is harder.
And my rule of thumb is if you can throw a quote unquote milkshake at someone and knock them out cold, it's not a milkshake. It's a chunk of ice cream. Now, they're amazing at it. The ingredients are just phenomenal. I go for mint chocolate chip with Reese's cups, and boom, whole day goes from frown to happy. But I'd have to agree with you there. Not a milkshake. That's ice cream.
When you start to add the chunks of whatever, fruit, candy, peanut butter.
Yeah.
And then it turns from a milkshake to like a ice cream treat.
Yeah, it's a treat, or a blizzard or something of those lines. My thing is it's the spoon or the straw. Now, if you can suck it through on a straw, that's a milkshake. If you have to eat it with a spoon, it's not a milkshake. So Cookout, what you're serving is not a milkshake.
The way that I differentiate is if I have terrible gas pains afterwards, it's a milkshake.
Let's be frank, you have terrible gas pains after any milk that you drink or
no, just milkshakes.
Just milkshakes.
Mm-hmm.
Now the straw aspect, I mean, sometimes they give you these flimsy little straws that are skinny,
little coffee straws.
Little coffee straws.
Really?
You try to get the paper off and you break it in half immediately.
Yeah.
And you couldn't suck anything through that.
So you have to use the spoon in that case.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, yeah.
It's about survival at that point.
That's right.
Yeah.
I don't want that thing melting. So.
Yeah, and Matt, you were talking about what McDonald's. You were talking about, not a sponsor, of course, but go ahead and what was your?
Yeah, McDonald's is the worst milkshake maker of all time. I would say.
Dang.
A lot of us grew up on McDonald's milkshakes.
What's going on with McDonald's milkshakes here lately?
Well, I mean, let's just go out and say it. They never have them. You can't get them.
Yeah.
So they're not the worst milkshakes in the world. They're the worst milkshake servers in the world, for they never have them. So I started doing some digging, boys, and what I found is that right now, at this current moment, 7.92% of all McDonald's ice cream machines are down and broken.
That is factual.
Right now.
Wow.
And if you want to know how I learned those facts, you can go to mcbroken.com, which tells you exactly which ice cream machines are available in your area.
Wow.
Green dots, red
Green dots and red dots. Man, that is amazing.
How is this possible, right? How is this possible? Well, one kid got so pissed that he couldn't get his ice cream that he decided to create an app which uses bots that logs into the McMuffin app or the McDonald's app, whatever.
Was this kid's name Matt?
No. And I'll give a shout out. Rashik Zahid came up with McBroken, and I've been using it quite a bit to get my McDonald's milkshakes.
Wow.
That's an app to get for sure.
You know, I'll shout out some numbers real quick. If you're in Philadelphia, tough times. 16.67 machines are down.
Dang.
San Jose, 17%. Okay, San Antonio, 11%.
Does it give the time of days that they're down? I feel like
Near closing time?
yeah. I mean,
Or like-
they got to clean the machine.
That's right.
How long does it take, you think, to clean the machine?
Okay, so
Half a
according to research,
According to Matt, 48 hours.
according to my extensive research, every machine must be cleaned once per day, and it takes 4 hours. You must desanitize and use all these chemicals to clean it out. It takes 4 hours, and it must be done every day. No wonder that's always down, right?
Why it's all is
Your
down.
system is not. It's set up to fail.
Yeah. When you got one person doing that for 4 hours, I mean, it's like, oh, well, you're on the schedule for fries? No, you got to clean the milkshake machine. And it's like, dude, man,
There goes my day.
The short end of the fat straw there, didn't I?
For 4 hours. That's a long time to do anything, right? I mean,
That's half your shift.
Yeah,
that's a shift.
Oh my goodness.
And you know, most people are like, oh, they're probably not even having ice cream, so I'm probably not even gonna order one.
Well, and you know the reason why it's down because the guy saw that he was on milkshake that day and he called in. He's like, I'm not doing 4 hours on the milkshake.
Now, if you see the milkshake is up and running and working well, you've got yourself a solid McDonald's team there. They are on top of their tasks, and they usually have one grunt at the bottom who is constantly cleaning that thing. And I want to salute that guy.
Yes. McDonald's, keep your ice cream, your milkshake machine going because you do make a fabulous milkshake.
At least average. So I'm going to bring this conversation back to the warehouse with the question, should you bring back a milkshake from lunch to the warehouse? Is it fair to others to watch you enjoy your milkshake as they work beside you?
Ooh.
That's a good question.
Let's see where this is going. Like, is it rude to bring back a treat and kind of shine it off in front of everyone?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right?
Some people are going to be like
No.
that.
Especially if it's a spoon milkshake.
Ooh, spoon milkshake. Okay.
But you're actually seeing you're seeing it go into the mouth. And that's worse. Yeah, I get it.
Well, no. I mean, milkshakes, they're not my... I mean, I love milkshakes, but they're not my personal favorite. I wouldn't, like, tackle someone for theirs. So I'm not going to be too upset, but I can see why others would be.
Yeah, and it's not like you can share one milkshake. I mean, you're only one eating that. No one else is putting their spoon
I
in
think
there.
it's a distraction. Once I see that milkshake, then, you know, I'm like, why don't I have a milkshake?
Yeah, because you didn't go get one.
And your thought process is probably like, okay, why didn't he call me? Why didn't he ask me?
Yeah.
So, what? You know, I mean, poor guy, was he going to call everyone, all 50 employees,
No,
and ask
maybe
what flavors
his-
they want?
Group email.
Maybe his
Yeah, he's
two
gonna have a
favorite
400
podcast hosts, you know, you can call them and get their milkshake order. And, you know, do you even need to ask if you need, like, if I was going to, hey, would you like a milkshake? It's like, well, duh. Yeah.
I can see why people would get upset, but I'm good. I'm good. Now bring in a Dunkin' Donuts iced coffee, and you're gonna get some you know, heavy stares from me.
Yeah.
You know, where's mine?
You got to wait in line for that thing, you know. That's the thing. Like, Dunkin' they're pretty busy.
Yep.
And you get to select, you know, and it's kind of, you know, personal. I got some milkshake. If you get it from Cookout, they got 40 flavors you can figure out. What's your favorite, by the way?
I just like the old standard regular flavor, 4 cream, 4 sugar, and
milkshake.
Light on the
What's
ice.
your milkshake?
Oh, my
flavor?
milkshake. Oh, I'm still talking about iced coffee. You see, you got me
That's
going.
yeah, he's like, oh, I want the iced coffee milkshake with extra.
Iced coffee
Cookout, you haven't
milkshake.
came out with that one yet, have you?
Yeah, my favorite is mint chocolate chip with Reese's peanut butter cups.
Oh, you go for the combo, don't you?
I'm
You
a combo guy.
Yeah.
It involves spoon.
Yes, it does. It has to.
And, if sometimes especially if I'm going to Cookout, I'll actually bring my own spoon from home, the metal spoon, so I get extra kind of grip.
Just had an idea. What if they had a spoon straw combo, kind of like a sport, but we'll call it a strewn?
They actually have that. I think Sonic has that.
The spoon straw combo.
They do. They have the spoon straw combo. You can fact check that. I haven't seen it.
Is
The
it called?
spraw.
Is it called the strewn?
I don't know.
Strewn,
If they
yeah.
got a good
I was going with
name for
spraw,
that, or
but
yeah.
strewn.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
So how does that work? Is there a hole through the
It's
handle?
all the way through. Yeah, all the way through the handle. So you can go both ways on that. You can scoop it there, and then the thing is, like, you start scooping, and then it's in your sleeve. That's no good. You gotta like crimp it.
Fatal
You
error.
gotta crimp it there. Make sure none of that extra is coming
I
down in
see.
there. It's like you go one way or another. You can't go both. That's just that's
getting greedy.
messy.
It's a messy business eating a milkshake.
It is.
You're not wearing your best shirt.
If you spill some on there, I don't care. I'm like, I'll just spoon it off my shirt and eat that.
That's why I wear dark shirts.
That's right. Yeah, I always feel bad when I go to the Cookout and I ask for the combos, like, oh, I kind of want walnut, but I want Reese's cup too. And they're like, you want 2 shakes? No, I just want 1, but both of those in there. And they don't charge you extra, so let's go.
Yeah, you can keep going with the ingredients.
Yeah, could you push the limit? 3? Have you done 3 before?
I mean,
I have,
it'll
yeah.
turn into a fruitcake, just full of stuff. I mean,
It sounds
you have to
amazing.
eat it with your hands.
Not when you say fruitcake, but for the next time I go to Cookout, I feel like I'm going to press it and go with three toppings, and to see. They're like, oh, we're going to charge you extra 60 cents. I'll be like, okay.
Just say, I want the walnuts and the peanut butter
Yeah.
on the bottom third. Then on the next layer, I'd like the
I want
blueberries,
some chocolate syrup,
and the gummy bears.
and then put the ice cream on top of that. And I don't think they have chocolate ice cream at Cookout. I think they just put the syrup and the vanilla.
That's fine with me. I do not like chocolate ice cream. All right.
Whoa,
Okay.
well, let's go
Wow.
back. Whoa,
Whoa.
do not like chocolate ice cream.
That is
I would
strange.
never get a Wendy's Frosty. Years ago when they only had chocolate,
They have vanilla now. It's amazing too.
and
by the way.
I will now get a Frosty.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, that's good to know. I did not know that, Todd.
Frosties are served with, by the way, straws and
They give you one of
spoons.
each.
They give you one of each.
Wow, their costs must be out of control.
Yeah. Hey, call Sonic, man. They got a combo, bro. You could have saved money. All right, we got to get an update from Todd on his Krispy Kreme challenge, COVID challenge. So, Todd, what is your update? Where are you at?
Well, it's done. So day 30 has come and gone, and I finished. A few weeks has passed since our last podcast, so we couldn't do as many updates, but it's officially over. So, I thought
30
about
days.
Yeah, I thought about going further. I was encouraged by some coworkers. If I did, I would have probably started a GoFundMe for my Krispy Kreme challenge, to help with gas and, and stuff to keep my spirits up.
Yeah.
Like Reese's peanut butter cups and maybe
All the time.
and maybe some new socks.
Yeah.
I had some Krispy Kreme fatigue. Not every day was a dream to get up and fulfill that donut promise, but I did it 30 days in a row.
How long will it take for you to go back to Krispy Kreme and get a donut? Is it going to be, you going to give some time, or are you just ready to go? It's like, hey, wake up. I'll have a donut tomorrow, you know.
I think I will pay closer attention to the clock and only go when it's hot and ready.
Yeah.
When it's not hot and ready, I don't think it's worth going to.
Gotcha.
It tastes like any donut at a gas station that's been sitting for 6 hours. You know, it's sweating, all the glaze just sweating like some big guy.
It's not as good, but it's definitely getting eaten. I'm definitely eating that thing, but yeah, it's not as good as hot now.
So any donut withdrawal since you've stopped? I mean, it must be kind of a shock to your body to just cut it off right there.
You know, Matt, that's a good question. Day 31, when the challenge was over, I was washing some dishes. It would have been a time where I probably would have left to get ready for Krispy Kreme, and I thought, I could use that donut. So when the challenge is over, the urge happens. But I think I'm through with any withdrawal. So pretty much hot and ready now, or jelly filled.
Yeah,
you weren't having any dreams about being chased by giant donuts or anything like that.
That is a dream, by the way, not a nightmare, but a dream.
Not at this time.
That's good.
That's good to report.
All right. Yeah. Nothing to write to the therapist about. So moving on. What's playing in the warehouse? We've gone through this album a few times. Black Pumas. I think it was 2019 was released. It's amazing. It's their debut album. And the big hit right now is Colors, obviously. Great melody. Just a real fun to listen to. Kind of a little Texas rock and roll radio kind of feel to it. Definitely. Yeah,
and they got some spotlight this year, right? And then they play the Grammys, or they played something big this year. It kind of popped off.
Yeah, they're definitely
maybe the Viewers' Choice Awards.
I'm not sure on that.
Nickelodeon Kids Choice Awards.
I think they also landed a commercial. Their song is in a commercial too, so it's great for them. But definitely the Black Pumas, look that up. I have it on LP and vinyl. So what do you guys think? Anything else going on?
I was rocking an artist that many may not have heard of. His name is Richard Cheese.
I thought you misspelled that in the show doc, but no, it's Richard Cheese.
Richard Cheese.
So his nickname is Dick Cheese. Is that correct?
Read into it how you will. I don't know if this is his full real name. Richard Cheese is one of a kind. He is a Vegas lounge style singer who will cover any song. I mean, he'll do Welcome to the Jungle. He'll do Enter Sandman. He'll do WAP by Cardi B. Anything from any genre he will do, and he will do in a very unique Vegas lounge style, which is pretty hilarious. It gets me cracking up. It's hard to listen to for too long because it just kind of gets you laughing too much. But we were enjoying it this week over in our area. Is
it safe for warehouse listening?
I would say 90% of it is not. He does not avoid the explicative words. F-bombs and S-bombs are part of his act. He does not, if that's what the song, that's what the lyrics are. That's what he's singing. So it depends on the cover, but I would, if you're not around your kids and not in an elementary school class, then I would suggest listening to it and giving it a shot.
Awesome. Yeah, we'll definitely listen to that on the next, give you a review on the next pod. Well, I think that's it we had for the show today. Matt, Todd, myself, Paul. Can't wait till you see you guys next time. And that's the show for you. This is the Warehouse Life, the podcast. We'll see you next time.